Now tell me how your body move. Tell me how your body walk. Tell me how your body move. Tell me how your body talk. This is your host, Flenzy Lee, in the onesie. What I gotta tell you today is golly, we're having a good time. I'm feeling good because my external is feeling good, my intrinsic is feeling but once my surroundings feels good, my intrinsic always feels better. This episode today on the podcast is we're talking about external oneness. External oneness with self. And what does that mean to you? How can you be more externally aware and one with yourself? What I mean by this is being externally aware, especially on stage and on camera, makes it easier for producers and your players with you to be able to perform with safety and understanding. If you guys are not moving in awareness of yourself and of your surroundings, then you're going to fall victim to the trap that some actors fall into, that they have this one spot that they look at, or they they have this one person that they stay next to, so it's easier for them to get lost or used easily. It's always some kind of ploy. But when you are externally aware of yourself as an artist and as a being that is existing for hire, you should understand your external awareness. So, have you ever taken the time to notice your natural? When I say your natural, I mean your natural walk, your natural chest posture, chest elevation, your natural hand movement, your arm swings when you walk. Do you understand? Do you have? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just lost my whole language dictionary just now. Have you ever? Let's get this back. Have you ever been aware of your naturals? Your natural movement, natural hand, natural leg movement, your core engagement, your chest. Have you ever been fully aware of it? And has it been on stage or on film? Because most people I ask about that, they usually are more externally aware when they're fighting. And understand, acting is a sport. It's a sport, just like comedy. Comedy is a sport, even though it's like it's a art and it's craft. It's actually a sport. So it's this acting game. Nobody's trying to supersede nobody in this game. We're just trying to be the best versions of ourselves, representing other versions of another self. Be aware of how your hands move when you're chilling by yourself, when you're sitting down. Be aware how when you walk, your strut. Do you have a bop? Do you have a slow strut? Do you have like a high skip jump mixture? Just look at it one day. One day, just when you're walking, bring attention to your legs, your whole legs, and all of it. Understand how it works, how it feels, how it sways, if it's thick. Because I got thick thighs, so I feel my thick thighs move all the time. And I feel my legs. But I feel my legs and my thighs and my hips move as a cohesive unit because I'm always externally aware of my body. Oh, and those are the levels of awareness you got to understand. Now, I'm not telling you to be a stalker. And if you don't know what a stalker is, it's somebody who just sits down and just watches you wherever you go, how you move. They either try to intimidate you, replicate you, or, the latter. But I need you to start observing other people. And when I say observing other people, I mean when you observe other people, it's easier to obtain more analytical data for yourself. So when you are performing in whatever genre you're doing, either music, you are in it. You can observe and see it. You can take it out and be like, oh, I know somebody that has this sort of unique strut, or I know somebody who has this sort of unique thing about them, and you could adapt it to your character. But one thing I do like to mention is do not do too much things and make yourself start looking like a mechanical robot. I mean, there's some actors that have their notes so filled up to the point that they look so robotic on stage or on camera that it doesn't come off well and it doesn't read well to the viewer or the audience or the casting directors or the directors. But sometimes the name talent just do that as well, and that's something you'll learn moving forward. But all I want you to hear what I'm telling you now in this podcast is observe and understand what is happening when you're observing. I can see somebody do a push-up, but you didn't observe his routine before he did the push-up. He probably would shake his hands. He'd probably go to his phone. All the little subtle idiosyncrasies of a person in real life can be adapted to you, but don't get confused and don't overuse. What I mean to say about overuse is becoming a typecast because you do this one thing so good. There's some people that's made it beneficial for their career, and I commend them. But as an artist, you want to be an artist. You want to be creative. I'm talking to you in a onesie, but I know what I'm talking about. And I want you guys to understand, and I want you to just get the fact you are in a world of people existing in reality. And we are in a world of people who get paid to exist in a reality constructed by another or a group of others. What do you see when you look at? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. What do I see when I look at? What do I see when I look at my friend eat food? What do I see when I look at a person needing to rush to the bathroom? What do I see that me? Because what happens with us, what I could say, what happens to me, is when I see those subtle idiosyncrasies, I take those sometimes, if it works for me, and it doesn't stick with me, it goes away, but it stays with me during the process of doing the performance. And like after a couple of days, it starts going away, but there's so hints of it that pop up, and I notice it, and I could just laugh and be like, oh, this is from the time I did that project, because I was just so aware of myself at the time. But just to recap, Focus on your natural walk, your natural talk, your strut, the way your eyes rest. Feel yourself. I'm not telling you meditate. I'm not telling you meditate. You could do that. God bless you. I commend you. But I'm not telling you to meditate. I'm telling you, notice your naturals. Be aware of how your legs move, how your chest stays up, how your core stays tight, how your arms move from left to right, how your shoulders stay tense, and how they feel when they're relaxed. And understanding that will so propel you up to where they know you and you are co-starring or guest starring in projects on Netflix, Hulu, Stars, or whatever. Just being individually straight with yourself, you can take over everything. So this is me again, Frenzy, with the onesie, talking to y'all, making sure that y'all understand that you are existing. You are a being. You are existing for higher. People in real life are existing for fate. You know the fate of the character when you get it, because it's in the ending of the script. The humans that do these out here don't really get it because they have to wait for their fate to understand it. So you, as a character and as a character actor or character performer, you can be able to see those, take it, ingest it, and be able to be the greatest actor who ever did this game. Stay good, stay fly, keep your eyes on the prize, and don't die from your own hand. Because that's dumb. Don't do it. I love y'all. Let's get these rolls.